I want a girl, I get her, and I get her friend. 5 girls singing in my bedroom, start my own band. They love me in my peak, but this love is fake. Every day's my birthday, cause bitches love cake.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Cyro here, episode 3 right here now, hopping right into it. I really don't know what I'm about to talk about. I'm gonna make this real quick. I just got out of focus. I got a cup of coffee right here. A lot of things have happened this week. I watched the Bob Lazar documentary. I don't know if anybody's seen that, but I watched the Bob Lazar documentary, which I think is fantastic. It's very well done. I think I'll talk about that a little bit. But I also got discharged from a doctor's office. So I don't know if you guys follow me on social media. If you don't follow me on social media, CDechoch, CDeChoch, or just search up Cyro Say and find me. I'm always posting shit on my stories, and it's pretty funny. But the other day I had a doctor's appointment. I'm not going to put any names just because I don't want to get a lawsuit or anything. But what had happened is he's not my doctor anymore, but what had happened is I had made a post saying some, you could say, negative comments about the sheer size of the man, and then I proceeded to post a picture of the man. Like, I got a quick little snippet of the man, and the other day, which is yesterday, I get a call from the doctor's office, and they're like, hello, seriously? I'm like, yes, this is he, that is who's speaking. They're like, yeah, you posted a picture the other day with negative comments. And I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't say negative comments because it wasn't with him in the picture. The negative comments were a picture of myself saying the comments, and then the picture was him, of just him. So they were like, well, it's illegal to take pictures of somebody. I was like, well, the 1963 Freedom of Speech Act. And they're like, well, you know what, you're discharged. I was like, all right, big bet. I can't really do anything about it. But at the end of the day, they discharged me for that picture and the comments. I'm not too salty. What I'm like wondering is, I got my prescriptions already signed, and I just ripped ass, and I'm really hoping that you guys can hear that because it was kind of loud. But I really hope I can still fill up my prescriptions, and then I'll have to go and verify it through him because he's already signed off on 4 prescriptions. I don't know how that works. It kind of worries me. But Bob Lazar, I don't know if you guys follow this. So I was told to watch the Bob Lazar documentary on Netflix. I don't know if all you guys have or haven't seen it. It is one of the most phenomenal put together documentaries. At first I was kind of skeptical. I don't like how it starts. I think the first 5 to 10 minutes are a little hard to get through, but I'm telling you, if you get through the first 5 minutes, I think the 10-minute mark is when Bob Lazar gets in there. And I think Bob Lazar makes the documentary due to the fact that everything he says, usually when you watch these alien documentaries, they're kind of like Ancient Aliens, that's just a bunch of bullshit. But Bob Lazar, he'd be talking about stuff, and then the guy who's doing the documentary would like pull out, he'd be talking about these hand scanners, he's like, you show him a picture, and he's like, no way you have a picture of this, and it'd be the hand scanners. He's like, I don't think I'd ever see one of these. And he's like, in the 80s, he was saying there's these hand scanners that would measure the bone length of your fingertips, okay? And he's explaining all these things, and the way he's explaining it is usually also, he took like 6 polygraph tests, and every single one said he either isn't lying or whatever he's saying he believes is true. Because like, you can pass polygraph tests lying because you make yourself believe what you're saying is true. So for someone who's all in on Sasquatch, I have gone Bigfoot hunting with friends. I have done Bigfoot stuff. I love Bigfoot. Bigfoot has a place in my heart. I do believe, I hope to be the one who finds him one day. And, with this being said, I watched this aliens documentary with Bob Lazar, and I think aliens are more realistic than Bigfoot right now. Due to the fact, like, I was just talking to my dad. My dad owned a hotel in Argentina. It's called Bariloche, and that's essentially like the Aspen of Argentina. And with that being said, I was talking to him, because for us, we only think about alien sightings being in America. We never think about alien sightings happening in other countries. So I asked him, I was like, you ever think about alien sightings in other countries? And he was like, in Argentina, we lived there in Bariloche, which again is in the mountains. He owned a hotel there for a little bit when he lived there. And the thing is that he was able to, not able, he said. So, with that being said, he owned a place in Bariloche, and I asked him if he ever saw aliens, and he would say always the people in the town would say they saw shit in the mountains and stuff. Like, they would see it. And with that being said, I think that's amazing that in other places, he said he saw a light. One time he went outside real late at night, and he was looking up in the stars, and he saw this light. He doesn't know what it was. He says you couldn't tell, but he said it was a cigar-shaped light coming at them, and then just flew off. And he doesn't know if it was a shooting star or something, but that was his experience. And the funny thing is we were talking about that, and we're watching the Science Channel. The next show that comes on is a show about aliens in Argentina. Isn't that actually kind of crazy? Because we were just talking, me and my dad. But what makes my mind blown is, like, my dad's 65 years old, and he's a firm believer on aliens. I would have never thought a grown man would have been a firm believer, because you have to think about it, is like, he was talking about, like, you gotta think about back in the 50s and 60s, this is what my dad was telling me, is back in the 50s and 60s, you gotta think about, there isn't as many planes in the air or sky as there is now, okay? Like, back in the 50s and 60s, there was, let's say, if there's 100 planes in the sky right now, there was only like 5 to 10 planes in the sky. So I think there's a reason why between the 1940s and the 1970s, there's so much alien sighting due to the fact that there's not much stuff in the sky. Now I don't think there's many aliens visiting because there's so much shit in the sky. We have so much radar. Even though I don't think aliens show up on radar, I do believe that we are not seeing them. We're having many visitings from aliens anymore, extraterrestrials, due to the fact that we have so much activity going on in our aerospace, in our stratosphere, in our atmosphere, that I think aliens think it's too much of a risk. Like, I don't think they're trying to risk it for the biscuit right now, that they don't want to go and risk going into a thing getting shot down. Because back in the 40s and 70s, I don't think we had the technology. Another thing, talking with my dad is like, another reason why we know there has been aliens is due to the fact another thing that they were saying, Bob Lazar, is he was saying these spacecrafts were powered by antimatter fuel by an element called 115. Okay, in 1989, 115 element didn't exist. 15 years later, 115 element was created. My dad says there's so much shit that we weren't able to do in the 50s and 60s that over a 10 to 20 year span, we just were able to do. And my dad was telling me this is like how he thinks. Like, if you look at all our stealth bombers, like the B-2, the Blackbird, and all these things, if you look at their designs, they kind of look like alien ships. Like how they're rounded off, how they have a cockpit and stuff done. And it's rather impressive how my dad's explaining. It's like all these technological advances we have in like the aerospace and in flying and stuff like that, and in certain things, it's probably due to the government having aliens. He's like, governments all around the world probably have stuff with aliens, and you don't want to release this to the public due to the fact of like mass hysteria. You don't want the public to start freaking out over the fact that there's other life, because you know there's going to be those good Christians and stuff out there who are going to start freaking out and be like, that's not real. That's another thing that blows my mind, is that there are people who will deny things due to their faith, even if you put the whole cold hard scientific fact, they'll be like, that's not real. I was like, bro, like, I'll just whip out my little alien friend and you're gonna tell me this alien isn't real even though it's right in front of you? Like, come on, bro. Like, Jesus Christ didn't even make that. That just came from somewhere else. That's another thing. If there is a God and a Jesus, does he bless aliens? Does he go to other planets? Do other planets believe in Jesus Christ? Or are we just the only fucking civilization that fucking wastes our time on religion? Well, it's not a waste of time, but you get what I'm saying. It's a different boat for everybody. I don't even know what Jasmine's doing, but she's enjoying something back there. So, with that being said, Bob Lazar, I want to hear what are you guys all in on aliens? I'm like so all in. I've been like looking at, definitely used to want to be an astronaut, like used to get high and just look at the clouds and the stars. And it's just kind of cool, like what you would see, because it's different. You don't see the same shit every day. I'd really like to be an astronaut. So, next thing, I don't even know what the next thing is on the agenda. I'm really intrigued on this. We're going to talk about Sasquatch. Let me break down why Sasquatch is real. I don't know if anybody wants to hear this, but due to the fact that this is how Sasquatch is real. We're talking about a thing that's 8 feet to 9 feet tall. It's probably came from the same line of Homo sapiens, and they're also in the mountains. You can't think of Bigfoot as one thing. These are a group of species. This is a bunch of creatures, okay? And Bigfoot, there are thousands upon thousands of miles of untraversed forest in the northwest of America and into the Yukon mountain ranges in Canada. And you gotta think of the Himalayas, the Andes, the Alps, and all those places, because Yetis and Bigfoot, I think, go hand in hand. I think a Yeti is just a Bigfoot that lives in the mountains and in the cold, and a Bigfoot is a Yeti that just lives in the forest. Same species, different climax, like different type of deers, different type of horses, you know, just they're evolved for where they're living. And the thing with Bigfoot is we don't really see them because I think they're more scared of us. And I don't think they're stupid or anything. They're just very timid creatures. And there's all these lands that we haven't visited since the 1800s. But if you go look and see these Native American drawings in the caves and walls, they have drawings of Bigfoots in their caves and stuff like that. The natives know where it is. I feel like we're not doing it. We're finding these random guys in West Virginia who like know something about Bigfoot. Why don't we go to the Native Americans who their family has been talking about it, and they probably go in those forests more often than we have. Because you gotta think, there's so much land in Yellowstone and all that good shit that has not been walked through thoroughly, and it never will be. And most of the Bigfoot sightings is when you go into those very remote forest places and go looking, not even looking for it, you just go on a trip and it's on a random place. That's how it works. That's why I don't go camping in random places. Like, I just went camping in Lancaster, Pennsylvania for a family reunion. I didn't even know we were actually camping. I didn't even know we were supposed to be sleeping in a tent. Man, I just literally just zipped that tent up. No blankets, no sheet, I think I had a pillow. Man, I passed out real quick. Less than 2 minutes. I just closed my eyes, count my breaths, and I was out. You know what I'm saying? But no, man. I'm a firm believer on Sasquatch. I think we will find Sasquatch. I think aliens are like a 95%, 98% being realistic, and Bigfoot's at like 95%. I really do believe that. But you guys ever get in a fight and just think you're running back the fight with your boys and you're like, yeah, dude, I like saw my boy Mason get like by the throat because of that guy, and then you think you do like a perfect 3-point stance football tackle, and then somebody whips out, hey guys, there's a video of it, and you're like, oh really, there's a video? So then you run back the video, and you who said you did the perfect football tackle, it runs back and you kind of just fall into the guy. Let me just play it. And that was me getting my ass beat. You know, it looks a lot better in my head when I was in it. Like I was coming to help Mason out, who was, this guy stole his jewel. After he had let him rip it, he let the guy rip it, and then he was walking away. So he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Me, I just see like that going on, so I'm gonna go help my guy out. And of course, I think I do a perfect football tackle. I just straight fall into the guy. I think that's one of the most embarrassing things in my life. But let me tell you, I don't know how I didn't get fucked up from those haymakers that guy fucking threw at me. Damn, Jazz, what, you trying to get on this fucking podcast too? You trying to show off that good ass? Let me see that ass, girl. Shake that ass. The fuck did you just eat off my fucking bed? I have no idea what my dog just ate off my goddamn bed. Oh, bro. Where are you getting this? Oh, this is coming actually from my bed. I was actually coming from my fucking bed. She was just there, like, chilling, eating it. Stop it, you can't fuck on my bed, bro. It's a big-ass bed. I think people are gonna hate me right now. I got a Johnny Manziel shirt to my left, a Donald Trump poster, Brett Favre on the Vikings, and a Chuck Norris. Alright. She's having a good time right now, doing little belly rolls and everything. You guys ever have a dog? I think rescuing a pit bull, I heard this the other day, rescuing a pit bull is like bringing that one friend to a party who has good intentions, like he means well, but just fucks everything up accidentally. Like, Jasmine, great fucking dog. Leave her unattended for 5 to 10 minutes, come back, destroyed any paper around, or anything nice that doesn't need to be destroyed. Dude, don't chew on, like, right now, chewing on my MacBook charger. Like, why? What do you have to prove? And it's plugged in, being used, you know? Sometimes I just pour some beer in her a dog bowl and just let her drink the beer and get her real dumb fucked up and she just goes to sleep. I'm just kidding, I actually don't do that. That'd be fucked up. So I've been thinking about getting a haircut. You guys ever gotten that stuck where you're like looking for a haircut, you don't really know what to get? Like right now, my hair's long as fuck. My dad wants me to grow it into a ponytail because my dad, being foreign as fuck, thinks it'd be cool that his son also had a ponytail. My dad had a ponytail in his mid-20s to early 30s. He had a ponytail. Still has the, like, not on his head. He cut the ponytail and put it in a bag and saved it. I'm not even kidding. My dad is one of the few men that I know that has saved the ponytail. So yeah, my dad saved his ponytail. He wants his son to grow a ponytail, so we both save our ponytails. I'm thinking about getting a man bun, to be honest, getting those shaved sides, shaved around, and then leaving on top a little bit, and getting like that warrior style man bun. I don't know how that'd go. I've been told I sound like Theo Vaughn without the southern accent. Like, I gotta draw my voice, I gotta draw my words out. I don't know if I hear it or not. I can see it, I can sense it. I don't know, different strokes for different folks. I really think I do a good job of just keeping a conversation going as I'm just talking to myself. And that being said, I want to use this to segue into an interview with Distonix, as I've just rambled for about 16 minutes. So we're going to have an interview with Distonix. All his social media stuff is in the description of wherever you're watching this, on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, or Spotify. However you're watching this, Distonix, DJ, I was a freshman in high school when he was a senior. We met through friends, as I was always hanging out with older kids. And, you know, I recorded like 50 minutes of it. And it was a lot of just casual conversation. And there's a lot of stupid stuff. So for me, it's like I listened to it, I enjoyed listening to it, but I don't want to put 50 minutes of a conversation that I think only 10 to 15 minutes of it was very funny. So I cut it down to 10, 15 minutes. It's very all over the place because it's just me putting together what I think is the funniest parts. And I think you'll enjoy it. I want you guys to follow him. He's a very talented DJ. If you want to go see his shows, he likes that bass heavy stuff. That's the type of music he produces. Go check him out. Distonix Official. I think it's all his social media. Again, it's all down below. So let me segue into that. Just like in between us. Definitely. This kind of looks homosexual. Like we're both sharing a cock right now. But what is up? We're here. Fast Times Podcast. I'm with Distonix, Matt Schaub. Everything's going to be in the description, link attached. Go check him out. He makes dope-ass fucking music.
Thank you, man.
Do you remember how we met at all? I can tell you.
Wait, when Jesus.
This is like 4 years ago. You had to have been like a freshman in college. I think.
No, I know we met senior year.
It was either your senior year or freshman year of college, and I'm like a sophomore. All right, and we're at BFAM's. It was the summer ago.
Yeah, it was at Brian fucking
family's house. All right, and you're like so fucked up, and that big country's there. I end up driving your car back to your place because you were so fucked up. Dude, I didn't even have my permit. And you guys put me behind the wheel to drive.
Country's idea. He just didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, so he's like, we got to drive this kid off. So I literally drove your car home, and that's how I fucking met you.
Holy shit.
And it's
God,
been like
man, that's crazy.
it's been like 4 years. It's fucking crazy. But Ness, what have you been up to?
Not much, really. I mean, I've been going to school for a while, but
Are you still?
no, not right now.
No.
Yeah. So I went to, dude, I had a year at Delaware, but fucking, I don't know, because I was on a scholarship there, but my GPA was like a 1.5. So it didn't really work out.
Yeah.
It was just too much of the freedom. Like, 'cause my parents were like strict as fuck. So then I'm like going away to college, like
just doing your
different
own
state, like doing whatever the fuck. And yeah, so I'm like drinking way too much, smoking way too much.
It's
like,
just a culture shock. Not necessarily a shock. It's just that like
Yeah.
I said, you're independent and you're just like, I'd rather just get a fucking 30 and just fucking sit on my couch.
I wasn't used to the freedom. It's like, damn, let's get fucked up all the time. So
Yeah.
it wasn't. Yeah.
What did you do after Delaware?
I went to CCBC for a year, which is kind of interesting. I saw a lot more people from high school than I thought I would. Like,
It sucks. It
it's
sucks.
crazy.
You're like
Oh, yeah,
walking.
what's up?
What's up? Like you're all
This
time.
shithole.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't bad though. I went to CCBC Essex. Their facilities are pretty nice. So.
Dude, CCBC Essex is kind of fucking sick. Like
they
like,
have like a big ass tower and shit.
like
That's cool.
it's a cool facility, but it sucks. It sucks. Like dude, you'll be in closet. I honestly think, or put this closer, but like I honestly think CCBC Essex sucks is because it's so close to the city. You get the trashiest of trash coming into that school, and you're just sitting there. And, like, you'll have, like, 3 people say, like, logistical, like, reasonable answers. And then you'll have, like, 2 just trashy-ass people, like, ask the most stupidest questions.
Yep.
And you're like, we've literally spent 30 minutes talking about what you're asking. Like, did you just, like, you're sitting there, you're like, did you just not pay attention to, like, the whole class? Like,
Oh my god.
so, are you now just focusing on music?
Yeah, I mean music, but I also want to get like a cabling job because I did that kind of like networking shit in high school.
Like Cisco? Or
yeah,
like,
Cisco. Yeah.
Cisco, that's good money.
So I want to try to get that shit. Like, there's a certification, the CCNA, which would make me like a network administrator, and you can make like $80K a year.
Really?
That's crazy. Yeah.
And it's just a certificate. All you need.
Yeah.
That's
all
fun.
you need is a certificate. Yeah.
That's awesome. You just take a course to get the certificate. That's
Exactly.
fucking sick.
It's hard as shit though. It is like fucking, especially for me, but I like it, so I want to like keep trying to continue with it, but that shit's fucking hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what about your music? So I saw you're doing like
Yeah.
that backyard fest. What's that?
Hey, Beauty in the Backyard.
Beauty in the Backyard.
It's October 3rd through the 6th.
Yeah, that's really
So,
cool. It's just like local people around here.
Mostly like local, but what's cool is like on the headliners, when I had talked to Saul originally, he's like, yeah, we got Deerskin coming on. I'm like, what? Because I had talked, with Brendan Price. Like,
Yeah.
he introduced me to all these, like, new, like, up-and-coming artists. And, like, last year, like, Deerskin was one of them. And he's got that trippy, like, Tipper type shit.
What do
Just,
you
like,
mean?
fucking crazy. Like, like, most artists on, like, Tipper and Friends, just, like, the wonky fucking
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. He
So,
does
like, holy
that?
crap, like, yeah, because he, like, had a submission mix for them, and, like, he opened for him.
That's actually
I was
so
like,
he's
the
kind of
fuck?
huge. Like,
Yeah.
out of that. That's actually kind of
I
fucking
was like,
cool.
what? Yeah.
And
And then
he's
I hear
from
about
here?
him, I'm like, no, he's not from here. Like, they're pulling a lot of people from out of state.
Oh damn! So it's like kind of
Wow,
legit.
yeah.
So it's gonna be
Big
kind of like
Doug,
it's
yeah.
gonna be a different type of crowd because it's gonna be everybody there is just gonna be following a certain
Yeah.
person, and then it's just probably also people who just wanted to go have a good time.
Exactly, yeah. Although Mr. Jennings, I guess, because he's part of the DMV, like one of the headliners is from Virginia. And
Right.
We see him like a lot, so yeah.
That's
That's
awesome.
cool, yeah.
That's actually really cool that they're doing that. That's a good way. And you've done other shows, right?
Mm.
What-
And they're doing a lot of locals still, like me, my friend Saul, my friend Gurf. Yeah, shout out Nick Gurf. That's crazy. Yo, him and fucking Run It. I just went to a show, like right before Artscape. What was that, Saturday? I don't even know.
Was Artscape really this past Saturday?
Yeah.
Jesus fucking
It was,
Christ!
yeah, they had a Particle takeover for their artist collective.
Really?
Which is like cool as shit because I'm running Fractal Creatures now, which is like a collective started by my friend Lemondoza. Check her out on SoundCloud, she's dope. She's from Indiana. I think she's in Colorado now, but
So what were you
we're
running?
just- like a, I guess you could say record label. It's got like 300 followers on SoundCloud. It's not like a big thing yet, but Like, she asked if I wanted to, like, co-manage it, and I was like, alright, bet, yeah. Like,
So
I'll do
people
that.
send in shit and you like post it on there, and then
Yeah.
That's
Like, I'll just
cool.
put out my email and I'll get, like, submissions, be like, oh, shit, this is actually dope. Like,
yeah, you like listen to it.
people send it, yeah.
That's really cool. That's a good way to have people and like help out other people.
Yeah.
I wish
I'm
like,
trying to
shit
get
like
locals, too. A lot of my friends that I know, I've hit them up that are around the Baltimore area.
that.
We're gonna have it, like, mostly local.
Mostly
So it'd
local.
be cool as shit. Yeah.
It'd be like a 410 type shit. Like
Yeah.
that's really cool. That's
I'm from the full on up.
from the full and out. No, but that's really cool that you're doing all this shit because like most people be like you're not in school, so they just assume like you're just like fucking around, but really like you're just doing what you want to do and just trying to be successful at the same time in just one field.
I'm trying. Yeah.
Dude, so how long you been?
really confidential?
When did you start drinking the Milwaukee Best Ice? Or I see those are the lights. I love.
I got Natty Bows in there, but I already had one this morning, and they're like.
They're all right.
And I also feel that, but dude, after throwing up last night, I ate too much buffalo sauce that I put on this roast beef. Like, it was so fucking good, but then when I
Roast beef and hot sauce?
I don't know, it's weird, but like it's like buffalo sauce. There's not, but I felt like I don't know. I was also really high, and I thought it was a good idea. And I put ranch on it to cool it down a bit. But
It's just so you just were throwing condiments, the fucking, like as if they were drugs. You were putting like a fucking upper with a down. You were speedballing with your condiments over here.
Also, whatever gets it down quicker, man. Like I was munching my fucking face off. Yeah. I think I had like a half pound of roast beef. That was kind of fun.
What? I was like, am I hitting this right? That word. What type of dude? I was like,
Oh, it might be dead. Fuck. I'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. No, dude, I haven't done shit, but like fucking the other week I was bored out and I was high as shit. And dude, I was just eating. Like I ordered a pizza and I got ice cream. And I ate the whole pizza by myself. Like it's like just watching TV.
That's good though.
It was great. It's great. It was a great fucking pizza. But yeah, I got to the ice cream and I had like a tub of like Friendly's like mint chocolate chip ice cream, and I think I got like 3/4 way through the fucking tub, and I just realized, dude, I gotta throw up. So I just literally.
That was me last night. It was so bad.
I was just throwing up, and then I just kept eating the ice cream.
Yeah, my stomach felt like shit, and I was like, oh my! I got so bad. I was like, holy fuck! Like I'm gonna puke. I was like, ugh. Like, I barely made it to the toilet, so I got a trash can. That's
Do you have a MyPod lanyard?
Yeah, dude. I
Oh.
don't know where. Wait, I think I have.
I know like 2 people who
Yeah.
have MyPods or MePods.
It's.
You use
dude,
MePod? Are you about to whip out a MePod on me? I've seen the bigger one. My friends have the. There's a bigger one, right? Or have I just not seen it in a while and it's that small? Or are you
I
about to
think
whip?
it's just that
are you
small.
are you about to whip out another one on me? Oh,
No, I'm trying to see. Batavia, New York is calling me.
That just seems like a fake call because it doesn't seem like a city in America.
That sounds like a Russian. Wow. Yeah.
What flavor do you have in the MePod? I don't even. Is it my or me?
Me, I guess.
That's right.
I think so. Yeah.
You hold the button or no?
No, you don't have to. It's a. What is it? It's like some kind of fruit. I can't even remember. Yeah. Like no hold on it. Yeah. It's not. Yeah.
That
You
was
gotta hit it.
scary. That was fucking scary though. You remember those guns you get? Would I have to hold it?
No. Just like hit it a few times. I don't know. It takes a while to get like fired up and shit. Yeah.
She's so
Fuck
cute
my
though.
ass, yeah.
But all right.
That's it, yeah.
So I just want to end this podcast right here.
I was gonna grab another beer. My dude. Yeah.
It's 3:00. This
There's
was.
no ends.
I try not to make these run too long until like I get bigger and bigger. Then I'll make them
Exactly, yeah.
longer. Right now, I know not everyone has the longest attention span. I got right now 15 minutes of content to edit. So I want to thank you,
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
Distonix, for coming on here. Hope he comes on again. Go check him
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Social medias, all the links everywhere there. And yeah, that was about it, guys. Probably like segued into
Thank
something
you.
else.
Yeah.
Peace.
It's kind of funny how I make these because it's right now 11:23 on Saturday. I should have uploaded this 3 hours ago because that's usually I try to upload this before 8 a.m. But right now I'm trying to knock this out before noon, and I mean I know I'll get it done. it's really the longest part isn't the editing, it's the creating the content. Because as a person who I think is being a perfectionist, first off, I hope you guys did enjoy that interview with Distonix. I know it was a little different than the last two. It wasn't as exuberant, it wasn't as not exciting, it's different. It was more of a calm. Okay, what I try to do with these is that we are the same person. Okay, there's nothing different between you and I, except maybe I'm just fucking a little bit more crazier. And I just film other everyday people who have the same dreams as you and I to be successful and do what we love as a career. And I think that's what we achieve. But next up, for me, I get stuck when I make these podcasts. You know, I've been telling people I was going to do this podcast for months. And you know what? I didn't start it due to the fact that I was being too much of a perfectionist, trying to get interviews with legit, actual minor celebrities, trying to be so legit about it when I was like, dude, I'm not legit. Nothing about me is legit. I think what makes this podcast good is how raw it is, how real, how much you can just tell this is just a fucking kid with a webcam he stole from Walmart, with a microphone he bought when he was 15 years old, and a MacBook that he fixed that his girlfriend gave to him. And this is what it is. This is what I've made this because, first off, just because my friends tell me to do it all the time, which I think is one of the best things I could have had. But also, it's just, I feel like I had everything I needed, and I just put it together, and I realized if it's going to be successful, it's going to be because of me, not because of the quality. And that means the quality is still decent, I feel like, but not because I had this studio-like quality. No, it's going to be, one day I'll get it there, but right now, I'll get there to where I want to be and have that studio quality due to the fact that I create the content, okay? Like, if you follow me on social media, I'm always posting the dumbest shit. But I think it's funny. Like, one of my best friends who's, him and I are going to the same college and living together in fraternity is always ragging on my stories and stuff. Like, people repacking. I was like, dude, at the end of the day, it's like, I'm trying to create a brand presence and do my own thing. And I'm like, if I'm just being a good, mildly mannered Jewish boy, I'm never going to be successful because no one's going to want to come look at a mildly mannered Jewish boy. I'm just going to have to be wild. And I just post dumb shit on my stories and social media that I think is funny. At the end of the day, if it offends someone or negatively makes my friends look negative, obviously I'm going to delete it or something. And if you ask me to, I will. You know, I'm not going to be one of those people because I have respect to some degree. I do respect people. I don't respect authority. This is another thing. I was told when I was young I have obsessive defiance disorder, which means I like just being like a fucking dick. It's not even like I like being a dick. It's just that I act like a dick to authority. Like, you tell me go right, I'll be like, fuck you, bro. You told me go right, I'm going left, and then I'll go right. Or like, I haven't seen Game of Thrones yet because everyone watches Game of Thrones. So I'm like, I'm not going to watch Game of Thrones until 15 years down the road when it's not cool, when it's 2034. And we got HBO Max because that's not... Can we talk about the monopolization of streaming services real quick? I'm done off this Game of Thrones. Now we're popping into this monopolization of streaming services. So we got rid of cable, boys. We did it. Okay, we turned the world into a streaming service. First off, I want to RIP the Reddit streaming. It's impossible to stream stuff if you don't know how to like search things even more in depth. I'm starting to have trouble, even though I think I'm very good in the back doors of the internet. I know how to get on the dark web and all that, but like streaming, you can't type streaming into Google anymore, or they're just gonna be like, over 1,000 things have been removed because they violate the something law. And Reddit got rid of NBA streaming, MLS, all sports streamings have been removed on Reddit. Okay, and now all these in a year, Netflix and Hulu are gonna suck. So I don't know if you guys know this. HBO's turning HBO Go into HBO Max. HBO Max and Disney are going to be the two streaming services you're going to want, because Disney will have all the Marvel, all the Star Wars, pretty much every movie that HBO doesn't have, because HBO is owned by like Time Warner and a couple other companies. So HBO will have every movie that Disney doesn't have, because Disney owns ABC, Fox, ESPN. Pretty much like 45% of the market's owned by Disney, and I think it's like another 45% is owned by HBO. So HBO Max, which is going to be the new streaming service for HBO, which will be their older movies, older TV shows, and whatever they own, because I think they also teamed up with Turner, whatever that's called. Like I can't even remember what Turner's stuff is called, but they're combining. So HBO Max will be the one streaming service you're gonna have to get, and Disney will have everything. So Netflix and Hulu will only be originals. The only thing that will be on Netflix and Hulu will be the originals. All these streaming services, like there'll be an ABC streaming service, which is Disney's just being a money grab. But the thing is that they're literally turning each channel into its own service. So if you want to watch that channel, you got to pay for that streaming service. So they're literally churning streaming service into cable by every time you want to add one, you got to pay for it. For me, it's sports is the most important thing. So this is my sports media idea, and I'll be able to put it on here because I have video evidence that I came up with this idea. So we be a sports media company, okay? A sports media company, and instead of buying the rights to use your footage you're recording with your cameras, we pay the NBA. We're like, yo, let us set up our own cameras, our own commentators. There'll be an explicit commentary and a regular commentary. You can choose which commentary you want. We hire our own reporters, our own writers, and everything. So you have this app that can go from your phone, your tablet, TV, your laptop, okay? We'll just call it the sports app, and the sports media app, we'll call it. And the sports media app, okay, I want to pay $15.99, but basically $15.99 for one sports league, okay? You pay $15.99 for all access of the NBA. You can watch any game. You could just type in Boston Celtics and you can just pull up the Boston Celtics and highlights, anything, okay? You have also articles written all over that. They'll pull all the articles written about all the videos that you want, all on your phone or on your thing, besides having all the things. You can have a whole comment section. So essentially, you bring in a whole, essentially like a Reddit feel, where when you press on your team, when on your app, you go to pretty much a forum with all that contact for that team, okay? But then if you want to watch, you have other sports, like you like NBA and NFL, for $30 a month, you can get both. So now you have all access in the NFL and NBA streamed onto any platform you want, from your phone to your computer to your Xbox to your TV, okay? If you have a smart one, all there. You can listen to explicit commentary or regular commentary. We have our own camera angles, and then you want 3 sports leagues, $40 a month. Now you can get NBA, MLS, and the NFL all access, and you can watch any game. So like you're on the East Coast, but your team's on the West Coast, you can pull that shit up. You don't have to wait for that shit to play against your local team, okay? Because for me, when I would stream, the only teams I get to see are the Wizards. Who the fuck wants to watch the Washington Wizards? Okay, those are shit games. Alright, so I'm over here trying to watch Orlando Magic's games, some LeBron. I'm trying to fucking watch some Boston Celtics games. Now, the sports media app, we'd have writers. So again, like everything, eventually you don't even need writers, because you have your own forum pages. You guys can write your shit like Reddit. Write your own shit, talk about your own shit. There's nothing stopping you. This is all, you're creating your own content and having fun with it. That's how I see it. I think that would be the best way to do it. I don't know. I think it's an alright idea. I want to hear your guys' opinion in any way. But I think we'll leave it here. This week's podcast, I don't know. I think it's good. Got like 30-something minutes, and I think it's a really decent podcast. But it's a lot of random rambling that thankfully I don't have to like cut up, because I think I do a good job at talking. But that's about it, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this. Again, every week I do put this. I'm like blowing up Ryan Shea's ear right now. Still have not gotten a response, but I'm really trying to get him on. But my friend Ben Papke was injured a few weeks ago on the 4th of July, and there's a fundraiser for him. I'll put it in the description, if you have any sort of money, $1, five of you guys, that's $5, or $5 each, that's $25. $10, it's $50. Make a donation. Anything goes a long way. Anything, it'd be really great. He's a great guy, and things happen, people, and it'd be really good to help him out. And I think at the end of the day, his family would love it, and I really can't go into depth. I say the same thing. I'm trying to say something else than I usually say to the show, but look, if you guys can help out, anything goes a long way. He's one of the best people I know, and I know he'll make the speedy recovery, and if there's anyone to fully recover, it'll be him. So I really hope you guys do give a donation. Please, it's in the link down below. And while you're down there, check out Distonix, but really go check out Prayers for Pap. Maybe buy a bracelet or a shirt or anything. Goes a long way. As always, guys, I really hope you guys did enjoy this week's podcast, episode 3. We make this every week for you guys, because I thoroughly think some people are getting smiles out of this. As always, I hope you guys have a great day, because I know I will. Till next time, guys, but peace out.
Between a family or a porn star, humble life or sports car, live it or the whole bar. Headache for my management, gossip columns resident. Your mom and dad might hate me, but in 5 years I'm the president. I want a girl, I get her, and I get her friend. 5 girls singing in my bedroom, start my own band. They love me in my peak, but this love is fake. Every day's my birthday, cause bitches love cake.